Hi, it's Joy. I just want to get on here and show you I'm fixing to make another sink skirt for my kitchen in Christmas material because everything else is decorated in Christmas. My daughter sure went out of her way this year to make sure everything's decorated for the babies. I'm very proud of what she's done. But I'm going to be making a sink skirt to go under the sink it's got trucks, plaid, white with trucks, and then Christmas season. Alright, you take your first one, take the next one, I've got you on the opposite side this time because my phone, I'll go right there. I've got you on the opposite side this time because my phone's dead and I've got it plugged up on that side. Can't get to my plug-in over here on this side, so it's a little bit awkward. Remember what I always say, back stitch. Whoops. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I didn't go to church today, but I did watch church on Facebook. I know it's not the same as being there, but I have noticed since I decided that I desperately needed God in my life, that my life has changed for the better. Having God in my life has definitely made my life better. I've got orders for stuff. I feel better. And I'm not scared to die if I do die because I know where I'm going to go.
Scandal-free. There ain't no sponsors taking losses cause the brand is me. My hands are clean. Family and my fans agree. Y'all can't cancel me for facts because you're mad and weak. Go ahead and tell the world I'm ugly and racist. I braid my hair and I don't care about cultural appropriation. I moved to the ghetto, lived in the ghetto. There's no Caucasians. And still I loved every single one of my neighbors. How's a man say I'm clickbait if he gonna use this space to get clicks on his page? Y'all hypocrites are made. And I ain't tripping about these bullies, it ain't sixth grade. Go ahead and diss me trying to sell a couple mixtapes. I'm not afraid, take my face and my name, paste it on the page.
If anybody ever has any questions, I know I'm just sitting here not saying nothing, but I'm still new at this, still new at making videos, still new at trying to make a name for myself.
playing it safe.
I know I'm not perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. But I've got a bunch of stuff that I've got to get sewed. I got to make an egg basket for a lady. I've done got the fabric for it. I have got to make wheelchair caddies for the VA hospital. I've got to get a few of them made and send them over there so she can see if that's what the way she wants them made. I've done made all of the walker caddies so far. I've made 25 of them.
Every page I'm under, all the dumbness, smoke tobacco laced with Novocaine. I won't behave, I stoke the flames, I'll choke this.
And let's see, the egg basket, the wheelchair caddies. I'm going to make my daughter a diaper bag out of dish drying mats and hand towels, kitchen towels, and put webbed crocheted handles on them. She's got quite a few friends that are pregnant or has got small babies, and I think that would be a good way for me to make more income. Okay, one thing I'm going to tell you. When you're sewing these, you can't sew every one of them going the straight direction. You sew one going down, and then the next one you sew going up, and then the next one you sew going down. Because if you sew all of them in the same direction, all of them going starting at the top, working your way to the bottom, it makes it wavy. So you've got to do one going one way and one going the other way.
They think I'm soft, but I promise y'all that I'm solid like a rock inside a Teflon box and dipped in carbon fiber liquid. I'm not religious, but I walk with Christians. If Jesus died for all my sins, he'd need 1,000,000 crosses tall as buildings. Y'all can't cancel me. I'm a god and you're the devil. Stop attacking me.
If you hear my music, that's Tom McDonald. I'll definitely advertise for him. I like his political music.
Never met him. If he dissed me, probably about to drop a new record. I do what I want, no matter if I get approved or not. Y'all ain't gonna cyberbully me or try to push on me until I'm becoming some dude who I'm not. Head full of ludicrous thoughts, producing the songs. My music is truth and you brutally shot. I'm shooting my shot, I'm making you change your brutal pot. Go ahead and publish me.
The reason I always say backstitch, backstitch, backstitch when you start sewing something, I mean, you don't got to do 6 or 7 back stitches. 2 or 3 is good enough, which I normally do at least 4 or 5. But if you don't do back stitching, if that seam gets every bit of pressure on it, it will separate and it'll come apart. And you don't want that. If you spend time making something, you want it to be beautiful. You want it to last. I never started sewing until COVID happened, and then that drove me crazy. I know I've said this before, but Mama kept the news on 24/7, and it was just driving me absolutely crazy. So I took up sewing. Never sewed a day. Well, that's a lie. I sewed a skirt when I was in home economics class, but it was horrible. But I hadn't never sewed since then. But when I took up sewing, I was sewing masks and selling them, and I made pretty good money doing that. I sold quite a few masks, but when that slowed down, I decided I wanted to make a quilt because my grandmother's was quilters. So all I had was the little brother machine, sewing machine that my brother gave me that had been his wife's that did not like to sew. And I sewed all the blocks together on it, but it had a very small throat space. This area right here, it was very small. And I didn't know how I was going to be able to quilt that because it was close to a queen size quilt on a little bitty tiny sewing machine. So I looked up sewing machine dealers and found one in Asheville called Asheville Cotton Company. And I kind of was dating the guy, not really dating, but dating him. We was mainly friends. I love him. I still love him to this day, but his name's Chris. But he knew how bad I wanted a fancy sewing machine, so he went with me over there, and he bought it for me. He bought me this baby lock. Well, he helped me get a credit card to buy it, and I made the payment on the credit card until the next year when my mom died, and that left all the bills on me, and I wasn't no longer able to pay the credit card payment, so he started paying it. And I apologized to him many times, telling him that I was sorry that he was having to pay for it. And he told me the other day, a couple weeks ago when he was here, I apologized again, and he told me, he said, "Joy, there's no need in apologizing. That is something that makes you happy, and I'm glad I could do it for you." Now, you can't tell me that's not a good man. But he's kind of like me. He'd rather just be single. I'll be single for the rest of my life. I will never, ever, ever date again. For one thing, I'm scared they wouldn't be good to my cats. And my cats are my children right now because my children are grown. And if somebody was to hurt one of my cats, I'm liable to go to jail. I'm going to pause the video and get a few more of these done, and then I'll unpause it again and finish talking. Alright, I unpaused it for a second. So far, this is what I've got. It's going to be beautiful hanging under the kitchen cabinet.
Burning the country down with their progressiveness. It started with changing my gender race. They graduated to your racist if you think that your life matters and your skin don't have melanin. They don't want peace, they want skeletons. They want men to pretend that they're feminine. They don't want an election. They got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot? Innocent people. Thought y'all were tolerant. Thought we were equals. I thought you valued how everyone feels. Then why are y'all celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of that people?
Is everybody ready for Christmas? I ain't buying stuff for nobody except my grandkids, and I done got all their Christmas bought. This year, for the first time in 4 years, we actually put up a Christmas tree, decorations, My daughter is a wonderful mother and stepmother to her kids, and she wanted it to be pretty for her kids. After I lost Mama, I kind of gave up for several years. I'll be honest, I gave up a lot. I sat on a couch. All I did was eat and drink soda. And take pain pills. I got addicted, heavily addicted to pain medication. I'm proud to be sober now. I've been sober in March, will be 2 years, and it wasn't just prescription pain pills. I had gotten off onto heavy pills, pressed pills, fentanyl, and one day I got them, and I normally would get enough to last a week, and I did all of them in that one day, and then I was scared to go to sleep. I was afraid that I wouldn't wake up. I called the next day and made me an appointment with a Suboxone clinic, and yes, I got sober on Suboxone. Yes, I did. But at least I'm not going to overdose. I've been sober. I stay sober. I don't crave pain pills. My body don't scream, you got to have it, you got to have it, you got to have it. If you're struggling, I would suggest to anybody, I know quite a few people that's on it, and they would probably be dead right now if they didn't. I think I've probably done told y'all that before about me being addicted to pain pills. Not quite sure if I did, but I'm proud of myself for getting sober. And I plan on staying sober. I'm proud of anybody that can get sober off of pills, hard drugs, alcohol, nicotine, sugar. I'm a sugar addict. I'm addicted to root beer. That's the next thing that I have on my agenda to try to get myself off of is the soda. I would probably lose more weight if I stopped drinking soda, but I think getting off of sugar is harder than getting off of drugs. I'm going to pause you again for a little bit, so a few more of these on. Okay, I unpaused it again. I ain't even sewed a hole one on. I just had to tell you something. I think I talked about it already on my last video, but I bought a Surger, a Bernina B44, about 6 months before my mom passed, and after I bought it, she's got worse quickly, so I never took it out of the box. And then after she died, exactly 1 month of the day after she died, I let my ex-husband's daughter move in, and then it wasn't a month and a half, 2 months later, I let my son and his girlfriend and kids move in. So I lost my sewing room, and then when they started moving out and getting their own places, I let somebody else move in. And I ain't going to get into that. But I set my sewing room back up starting in December of last year. And then on New Year's Eve night, New Year's Eve night, 5 minutes till the first day of the new year, I sat down at my sewing machine and I sewed from 5 minutes till 5 minutes after. Because my mom always told me, whatever you're doing at midnight, you'll be doing for the rest of the year. And I wanted to get a lot of sewing done. I wanted to be happy because sewing made me happy. Well, that serger's been sitting up there and I've not took it out of the box, opened it, even looked at it. Well, my son, let me see if I can turn it around. My son gave me that cabinet. And I thought it was way smaller than what it was when he showed me a picture of it. But when he brought it, it was huge. And I thought, what an awesome thing to set that serger up on. So, yesterday, I got the box down. I got Bobby to get the box down for me. I got it out, set it up. And they had it threaded. And all you had to do was tie your thread to it and pull it through. Well, I didn't. I just pulled the threads out. And then I started threading it on my own. It took me probably, I hate to say this, it probably took me an hour and a half to 2 hours to get it threaded right. I can thread this one in less than 30 seconds, but 4 threads, and there's little bitty places to go. You got to use tweezers. I mean, it was hard, but when I finally got it threaded and I got it to sew that first seam, I felt so much pride in myself. So I've had that serger for, my mom will be gone 5 years, July the 27th. And I've had that serger since 6 months before she died. And to finally get it out and set it up, my mom would be proud of me. I'm proud of me. It's been many, many, many years since I've been able to say that I was proud of myself. But I am proud of myself now. If you watch this video, please subscribe and hit the little bell to watch future videos. I'm trying to build my online presence. I want to be able to get a good channel. I want to be able to help people learn how to sew and just to talk and okay, I'm going to pause you again. Okay. I've got the Velcro on it. There's my sink skirt. I think it turned out beautiful. And then after I make that one, well, I'm done making that one. I just got to go put it up. I'm going to make one with the candy cane stripes and the light bulbs to go in front of the bookcase to kind of make it look like a fireplace. So we can hang up the baby's Christmas stockings. Couldn't think of what they was called. Well, I know I've paused and I've played and I've talked and I've probably said stuff I've said before. That's just the way I am. I'm excited to be doing this. I'm excited to talk to people that I don't even know who I'm talking to. It makes me proud to know that I'm strong enough and love myself enough now to put myself out there. Well, thank you. Subscribe. Hit the little bell so you'll get the future videos. And I'll talk to you later.